This is the Huawei Watch GT2, which isn't a smartwatch in the traditional sense, and that, in many ways, makes it one of the very best not-so-smartwatches out there. So let's delve in. Thanks for watching 9to5Google on YouTube. Be sure to thumbs up, hit subscribe, and then enable notifications with the bell icon so that you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. The follow-up to last year's original Huawei Watch GT, the sequel refines the original 46mm design and makes a really good looking smartwatch, if a little bit large for my own tastes. In terms of the design, the display is now completely flush and bleeds into the edges of the casing with no lip at all. This makes it great for taps and swipes, but it also feels way more minimal as a result. You might also be aware that there is also a Watch GT2 and a smaller 42mm casing, which we'll be sure to take a look at when it becomes available at a later date. I have to say these side buttons are more or less the perfect size and have just enough bounce and click when pressing to make them effortless to use on a daily basis. I must say that the 1.39-inch Oled display is fantastic and improves ever so slightly on the previous generation. It's clear and crisp in most lighting conditions and even in bright direct sunlight. Now, we were expecting the Watch GT2 to come with the first widely available build of Harmony OS, but this is still actually LightOS. The ultra lightweight OS is designed specifically to take advantage of the basic internals, and it does so pretty well. That does mean performance isn't the most snappy, and I'd say comparable to more affordable Wear OS watches, but given that the Watch GT2 isn't quite a smartwatch in the same sense, this is not an issue on a day-to-day basis. You probably will notice some lag or slowdown in things like changing the watch face and activating quick menus, but for the most part, pre-installed apps run pretty flawlessly. Because you can't actually install any third-party apps, the entire system is refined to work with what it has, so while performance isn't blistering, it is more than enough for a wristwatch. The new model though has added some neat new tricks though, like the ability to place calls from your wrist. You still can't reply to text or emails though. The calling feature does also mean that Huawei has bundled in a new speaker with the Watch GT, which in all honesty is pretty darn good for the form factor. While the speaker isn't probably going to be used for music, it does double as a phone-free device for runs and such, as you can side load up to 500 tracks from your phone using the Huawei Health app, and then use your watch to connect your watch to Bluetooth headphones, which takes just a few seconds. For the avid runner, this is a great new feature, and I'm sure you'll be happy it's been included. I think that sums up where the Watch GT2 diverges from the normal smartwatch era and enters the fitness watch market. It definitely feels more like a Garmin than a Fossil watch, but has a much more appealing look and feel, and in my opinion, looking more like a traditional watch than a fitness watch. The number of options for fitness tracking is up there too, with 15 distinct exercises you can track with precision, plus this can be worn more as a formal watch because the design is arguably more flexible. I'm not so sold on the stress and breathing exercises apps, but they are there and they clearly work. The same can be said of the sleep tracking feature, although I wouldn't wear a watch to bed due to the discomfort, but a small fitness band would probably be less of an issue. Of course, the battery life definitely lives up to the 2-week billing. I've been wearing the Watch GT2 for a full week right out of the box with 56% charge, and it now has over 10% left after 7 days of usage. Considering I've been tracking heart rate and GPS location throughout, that is seriously impressive and difficult for any other supposed smartwatch to beat without losing features. I think that is what separates the Watch GT2 from the rest of the smartwatch industry. It really isn't a smartwatch in the traditional sense, instead it's a fancy fitness band in a watch form factor, but a very superb one at that. Once it hits shelves globally, I'm sure it will be yet another hit for Huawei, and it's well worth picking up if you want a smartwatch that can keep up with your hectic day-to-day lifestyle. So with that said, we'd love to know your thoughts. Slap them down in the comments section below. But until next time, this is Damien with 9to5Google, and I will speak to you later.